now have Mr. Vijay Setia, former President, All India Rice Exporters Association, now joining us. Mr. Setia, thank you so much for taking your time out and speaking with us right here on ET Now. And first up, let's talk about the inventory situation, because reports suggest that inventory situation has worsened and that the stock of rice in warehouses has risen to all-time high levels. Help us understand what is the exact situation and how do the numbers, facts and figures stack up?
We have to understand our rice procurement and government controls. Indian rice policy got some changes in 2000, and after 2000 we are looking at different problems coming. This year with the bumper crop, farmers should be happy, but they are sitting on the roads, blocking the roads. And government with such a huge inventory, then the prices in the country should be softened up. They should be on a lower side. But still the prices, consumer is telling that price is high. Farmers are saying that our material nobody is buying, and government is sitting on a big inventory. So I think the policy 2000 onward, which is going on for the rice procurement of this CMR system, has become very, you can say, weak now. There are a lot of loopholes. So government should revisit its policy so that consumer, farmer, and government inventory can be reduced. Before 2000, there was a policy that government used to support paddy where rice millers were not buying. Government had two systems at that time. One was procurement price for rice, and another was MSP for the paddy. So where rice millers were not giving the right price to the farmers or distress sales, so government used to step in and purchase that paddy, and later that quantity, which was normally 10 to 20% of the total arrivals, rest 80% material normally goes to the millers. Now, after 2000, the policy changes, 100% paddy and rice is procured by the government. So inventory goes into government stocks. So sometimes there is a supply crunch in the local market. Any export order comes in the market that affects suddenly on the prices. So we are looking at spikes coming and government intervening every time. But this will not help us. If we did not change our policy next year, more farmers will be sitting on the roads because the material which is coming into the market, farmers are not bringing fair average quality because everything has become saleable under these circumstances. Government MSP may be 2,320, but if you visit the farmer and ask them at what price you have sold, they will tell you they are selling at 1,800, 1,900, 2,000. But payments are on paper for MSP. That is all adjustment farmer, miller, and commission agents are doing. So this policy needs to be improved. That's why millers, when they buy high moisture paddy, quality issues come, yield issue come, broken issues come, which Punjab rice millers are raising time and again. And you see, for last couple of years, you are running a same commission charges for the converting paddy into rice. That rice millers are just getting 10 rupees to convert their paddy into rice. Is it feasible? Whereas electricity cost, labor cost, everything is too high. So even the commission agent who just make the document of sale and purchase, they get 48 rupees to 2.5% as a commission. So they are highly paid. And our millers are just getting 10 rupees. So this is also an area where government has to look into. But with such a bumper crop, with such a bumper inventory, and still we are facing problem. Our farmers are not happy. Our millers are saying we will not do the CMR. And on the export front, we are not getting regular supply. Suddenly, if you go to the market, prices go up and government feels that inflation has come, whereas it is spikes will keep coming if we don't change our policy. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now that you're saying that the government could probably come up with better steps, help us understand what kind of measures can the government undertake to ease the situation?
You see, before 2000, the government policy was that rice millers buying paddy and government will take rice for PDS at a fixed price. That was called procurement price, which was based on uh, MSC, sorry, a minimum support price, MSP. Okay. So at that time, two things were working at one time. One was procurement price and other was MSP for the farmers. The material which millers were not picking from the market. So government agencies will come into the picture, whether FCI or state government agencies, they will procure that paddy. And then they will give that material for job work to the millers. Now 100% procurement by the government, payment is made by the government. Rice millers are just doing the job work. They are not working for the quality improvement. In the past, they used to make 5% broken rice, 100% full grain rice, and they have segments in the market to cater the different segments. So rice at every price was available. Now, when the whole material is going to the government, only superior non-basmati, which are exempted from levy, they are available in the market. They are expensive. So too much rice with the government. So there is another problem when you have too much rice, the cost of storage goes up and quality goes down. Government should look into these aspects, and I think they should revisit their old policy and bring it back. That is better. There was no chaos like what we are facing now. In Punjab for last 8, 9 months, farmers on roads, and in the past they also agitated whether there were some different issues, but the three laws were good for the farmers, and I think with some changes they should again be given to the farmers to look into their benefits, because now farmers are just slaves of the mandi yards. They can only sell their produce in the mandi. So directly selling to the miller at a fixed price or at a better price, all opportunities are not there. Logistic cost is there. If you are taking your material to mandi and then you are bringing it to the factories, there is a cost involved. I think some overhauling needs to be looked into, and the rate of interest in the mandi yards is very high for the farmers. And government can rationalize many things. Expenses can be controlled for a better environment. Industry should develop. If you look at flour mills, you don't have flour mills in Punjab and Haryana. Because of these policies, you are taxing raw material. That's the point. Yes, ma'am.
Setia, since you spoke about exports, government recently relaxed and removed restriction on export of both basmati as well as non-basmati, right? Help us understand how is the demand situation in the global market?
For Indian rice, basmati and non-basmati, I think sales are going up. And for non-basmati, I saw the figure. I think there is a big jump in the non-basmati exports. And basmati being expensive variety, but growth in the basmati segment is also, I expect it is going to be 10 to 15% this year. We are giving a competitive price, good price to our buyers this time. Despite disturbance in Middle East of Iran, Israel, and Lebanon, they are our buyers for Indian basmati, and payment delay is a issue. Otherwise, business slowly going on in those areas also.
Expecting
Yes, ma'am.
10 to 15% increase in demand, but Thailand and Vietnam, I believe, are the other two Asian countries that compete with India in selling rice in the global market. How has production from those countries been, and what is the competitive landscape looking like?
You see, for basmati, our competitor is one country, that is Pakistan. They have good crop, and but there is a share for Pakistan, India, both can sell their material in open market. Okay, and for non-basmati, Indian prices are always better than competitive as compared to Vietnam and Thai rice. Though Indian rice is better, and still it is cheaper. Only thing is, we have never marketed our non-basmati as a product. The rice we produce in India is type 3, which slowly dissolves into our body as a to break into sugar. Whereas Thailand, Vietnam, they produce rice which is sticky which immediately raises our blood glucose level. I think we should make good profiling and representation of Indian rice products. And rice, I think that is the way we can help our farmers to get better price. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Setia, thank you so much for taking your time out and speaking with us and helping us understand what the demand and supply situation is looking like and how the competitive landscape is shaping up. Thank you for joining us.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.